Hey everyone, this is Pritham, and in this video we will see how to define the frame properties in ETABS. Just go to define what are the basically frames. Frames are nothing but the beams and the columns. In this video we'll see the how to define the beams and the columns. So first of all, go to define, then go to section properties. In section properties there is the option of the frame section. Here we can define the frame section, tendon section, and slab section, wall section. And now for the frame section, click on frame section. Here we will be defining the beams and the columns. These are some of the default frame properties been added by the software itself. Now we will be adding our own new property. That's why go to add new property. In add new property, go to concrete rectangular, this first one. I am going to explain all of these shapes in the upcoming videos, like the concrete rectangular, concrete circular section of the concrete. Basically the circular section is for the column only, the T section for the beams, I section for the beams, and for the steel, all this box section, C section, this is the channel section, this is the pipe section. And I'm also going to discuss on this steel composite, that is the filled box with the steel beside it, and the filled pipe section. These sections are being in the form of this section shape here. You can get all of this, but these are some basic and important one, so they are been highlighted here. So I will click on concrete rectangle. Now I want to make the beam and the column that are been as the rectangle, so I am going to click on the concrete rectangular section, and in a new window of the frame section property data has been opened. In it I will first of all do for the beam, and I will take its dimension as 200 cross 400 mm. We will be going to deal here in the meters and mm. In the material I will choose the first I have not selected the EM30 grade. I'm going to, first of all, I have to add the EM20 grade concrete. So for that, go to define material properties. In it, these are some default material. I will be adding the material for the concrete. Then click on add new material. In add new material, in the region type, choose I'm basically from India, so I'm going to choose India. In material type, select the concrete, standard Indian, and the grade of concrete I am going to use is the EM25 grade, and click on OK. And these are some default data been added by the software itself. Click on OK, and just click on OK. First of all, I also add the property of the rebar. So just now here only click on add new property. In add new property, in the same region India, and the material type, don't choose steel. Steel are for the open steel. We choose steel for the open steel, means for the material in which only the steel is being present. And currently I am going to use this steel rods in the concrete, so we will calling it as the rebars. So click on rebars, standard Indian, and the grade of concrete I will be choosing is the HOSD grade 415, and click on OK. And these are the default data been added by the software itself, and just click on OK. I'll also add the rebar mill 250 for the confinement bars. I will show you where it is required. Material rebar and the grade mill grade 250, and click on OK, and click on OK, and OK. After that we have added the materials. Right now go to section properties. In section properties, go to frame section. Now click on add new property. We will be first dealing with the concrete beams of 300 cross 400 mm. Click on add new property. In add new property, choose the concrete rectangular section. In it, first of all, I will put the property name as the beam 300 cross 400 mm, and in the material I am choosing it as the M25, and in the shape, section shape that I have selected while coming here, then the section dimension depth will be 400, and width will be 300. And after that, only doing this much, applying this much data, you will not be able to make the beam. Right, for that we have to go to reinforcement. In reinforcement, click on modify show rebars. In it, a new window will open of the frame section property reinforcement data. Here currently it is showing for the column. I will click on for the beam, choose EM3 design only beam, and in the rebar material longitudinal bars I will be choosing the HOSD 415, and the confinement bars, the ties which we bind up, I will be putting it as the mill 250. And after that there is a cover to the longitudinal rebar group centroid. Here we have to provide the cover. So here I will basically provide 40 mm cover at the top and 40 mm at the bottom, and this data is not much that much required. It is required in the more professional work. Just click on OK and click on OK. Your beam 300 cross 400 mm has been added. And now I will be adding for the column 400 cross 500. Just click on add new property. In add new property, I want a rectangular column, so click on concrete rectangular. In it, I will choose the name as the column 400 cross 500 mm, and the material will be about M25, same as that of the beam, and the depth is about 500 and the width is 400. And after that I will go to modify show rebars. In it, the column has been chosen. In the rebar material, I will be choosing the longitudinal bars as the HYSD grade 415, and in the confinement bars I will be choosing the MIL 250. In the reinforcement configuration here, currently I am working for the rectangular column, so I will be choosing the rectangular, and the confinement for the rectangular is basically the ties. And here in it, the check and design, I will be choosing the reinforcement to be designed, and just click on OK. The rest data is not that much required, and just click on OK. That is the computer generated, and just click on OK, and you can see that your two materials have been added. It is getting confused with a lot of materials, so I will be deleting the not required materials. So select them and delete selected frame sections. Click on delete selected frame sections, and as you see here, the column and beam have been added. Don't click on cancel, otherwise all the data you have added here will be gone. Just click on OK, and your materials have been defined. Sections, frame section properties have been defined. Now we will be see by applying them. So for the beams, click on the quick draw beams. Here choose the property of the beam as the beam 300 cross 400, and choose a grid. Right here, I have chosen a grid, and the beam has been made. The simpler, the manual way is by dragging one by one, and here the beam has been made. We will see for the column now. Here is the option of third option of the draw quick columns. Just click on it, and then in the property section choose the property as the column 400 cross 500, and in it choose the grid point at the center. And as you see here, the beams have been beams and the columns have been made. Basically these are the columns and this is the beam. I will show you in the 3D view of it how it is looking. Here is the option of the 3D view. 3D means this is the 3D view, right? Click on it and you will be getting into the 3D view, and this is the option of the extruded view toggles. By clicking on it, you can see the beams and the columns in the extruded forms. As you see here, the single beam is shown like this, and we have added a frame section like this here with the column and the beam sizes different. That is the 300 cross 400 beam and the 400 cross 500 column. So you can see the distance also here, that is increased here. That's it for the today's video. In the next video I'll be discussing on the another circular column and the other I section column, T section beam, and the steel sections and the steel composite section. And that's it for the today's video. See you in the next video. You can be loser, set me free.